Hey YouTube, it's the Earl of Pipes here, and I'm coming to you on I guess a little bit of a chilly Wednesday night here in Louisiana, and I thought tonight I'd give you my review and thoughts on Esoterica's Penzance. So let's get started. Alright. Esoterica's Penzance. You may not be able to find Penzance to begin with, but you may not be able to find a tobacco that is more sought after. It is kind of the holy grail of unfindable tobaccos, in my opinion. It is a English blend that has been made into a crumble cake and then sliced into flakes so that it crumbles out very easily. If my history serves me correct, this blend I think came about in the late 80s or early 90s, and I think it was, having read and researched a little bit online, didn't refresh myself, but I believe what was going on was that was it Smoker's Haven, which was I believe was a pipe shop, but they had several blends that they had made in-house, and Sobrani originally made their blends for them. After several years, Sobrani stopped making their blends for them, and that sent them off on a search for a new blender and manufacturer for their blends, and they landed on Germain and Sons, which today makes Esoterica blends. So I'm going somewhere with this. After quite a few years, my understanding is that Smoker's Haven decided to not make their blends anymore. And so about that time is when Esoterica blends of tobacco came on the scene with some very similar, not the same, but some very similar blends to those old Smoker's Haven blends. So that's kind of the story behind them. You know, when I was thinking about Esoterica, I thought they had probably been around a lot longer, like since the 60s or 70s, and you know, if their history really does go back to those Smoker's Haven blends, then yeah, it does go back quite a bit. But anyway, that's Esoterica Penzance and what's going on. Again, it's an English blend. It is, they take it, make it into a crumble cake, then they slice it into flakes. And I'm going to show you some of those in just a second. But tonight, I'm smoking it in this lovely, let's see if it picks up here. Alright, smoking that on in this lovely Radice pipe that my family got me for Christmas. It's just a billiard with some faux bamboo here, and it's just a lovely pipe. But Penzance. Okay, here's what the flakes look like. Again, I don't know. There we go. So you got a nice flake. It's very dark. Looking at the flake itself, you definitely see Virginias in there. There's a good component of a lot of Kia, just given how dark it is. And it comes out very, very dark. Moisture content out of the bag. I got the 8-ounce bag. Moisture content, it's a little moist. It certainly could use some drying time. But with the Esoterica blends, I try not to dry them too much. And the reason I don't is I feel like that there's a big portion of kind of the mystery, maybe not mystery, but kind of that essence of Esoterica blends is wrapped up in whatever, I don't want to call it a top note, but one of the things that I've noticed with both Pembroke and Soda Bed and even Esotericas, they all come a little heavy, but they also have a kind of an essence or a aroma to them that I don't think is 100% natural to the tobacco. I'm not saying it's aromatic. I'm not saying it's topped with some additional flavoring. But even if that's just some extra sugar water done the way they do it. Now, Pembroke has cognac and Soda Bed. I don't know if there's anything there, but it's got a very fruity aroma to it. This is much more straightforward, natural English, but you can tell there's a little something extra there. Now, I can't detect a flavoring to it, but there's something there. So I don't like to dry it out too much because I don't want to miss out on that in the smoke. Because I think that is part of the craft of blending, are some of those maybe subtle casings or top notes that they put to just accentuate and smooth out the consistency of the blending. So I'd try not to dry them out too much, but you want it to be able to smoke and to stay lit. So it could use some drying time, but certainly probably no more than 5 minutes. It is very much, they call it a Balkan blend, or most people would. So it's English in the aspect that it's got Latakia. It's also got Virginias, but it's also got Orientals. And really what you get is a kind of an Oriental forward blend. And Orientals can also be called Balkans, and that's why people will say it's a Balkan blend. Okay. Now, in the flavor, it's smooth. Okay, it's I mean, I think you can push this tobacco really hard, and I don't think you could get tongue bite. It's a really smooth smoke. Even though I think there's a good component of Latakia in here, it's very much in the background. There's some times that it asserts itself, and it's very, you got that sweet, incensey aroma. But by and large, what you're getting is a really interesting play on all three parts, but with the kind of the Oriental that imparts kind of a spicy and at times nutty flavor to it. Kind of takes the lead. So you get some earthiness in the smoke. You get some of that leather, some of those darker flavors in the tobacco, accentuated with that, with the Latakia. So, is it a good blend? Yes, it's a great blend. Has it been worth all the time I have taken to find this blend somewhere, to purchase it, to get it shipped to my house, and the amount of times I've checked different websites, the other things that I've set up that I will show you in a future video on how I came upon these? Is it worth it? No. It's not. Esoterica is a Balkan blend. It's tobacco. It's a great blend. But to me, it's not different enough from, say, GLP's Quiet Nights. I'm not saying they're the same. I'm not trying to start a fight here. I'm just saying it's not different enough to warrant all that attention. You get 90% or more with any a good quality English blend that you get with this. It's not groundbreaking. It's not revelatory. It's not worth all the hype, in my opinion. It's a good blend. It's a great blend. I'm going to enjoy smoking all 8 ounces of this blend. And unless it becomes available again readily, I don't care. And that's really in a weird place to be, because I really do think Quiet Nights is every bit as good as this, if not better. I think I might like Quiet Nights a little bit better. Gaslight, in my opinion, is a more complex, interesting, whoa, that's crazy kind of smoke. Pembroke, which is an Esoterica blend, which is not hard to find, to me is different enough than anything else that you find on the market that would be worth your time finding to see if you like that. This, if you like Balkan blends, it's a wonderful tobacco, but it's not worth extra money, in my opinion, and it's not worth all the extra effort. And I know that makes me kind of, I don't know, stand out in the pipe smoking community a little bit. Maybe not. I know there are a lot of people who probably don't like it either. But I don't find it to be worth all the effort. Overall, great blend. Would I buy it again? Yeah, if it's readily available. And where I got it from, it wasn't that expensive. I paid $30 or 35, somewhere around in there, for an 8-ounce package of it. I mean, that's relatively affordable. But it was the amount of time. I mean, I've been looking for this and really trying to get it for nearly 6 months. And so from that standpoint, no, it's not worth all that effort. But it's a good blend. And if you want to try it out and you want to spend some time, I'll make a video that shows you how I tracked it down, how I got my alerts so I could get my order in before it sold out. I'll show you all that. But my review, excellent Balkan English blend, really well done. Not worth all the hype, not worth all the effort. It's the Earl of Pipes. Y'all have a good evening, and don't kill me in the comments section.